What's going on, everybody? It's Wooly, and today I'm just going to do a little bit of a rambling, sort of vlog style video. Just talking about things that have been happening over the past, I don't know, 3, 4 weeks. Ever since the future of the channel video, which really that has not panned out the way I thought it has at all. And I kind of want to talk a little about why that might be, as well as just overall, what's been going on with like all the content and whatnot, and just like why have I kind of gone in one direction, and just what the positives and the negatives have been from that, and just think about like some of the stuff that's going on in the future. Just kind of get an idea of what my thought process is on all that. For the past like 3 videos, and I'm saying that as if you guys might not know it, but I've actually uploaded 3 videos since that future of the channel video. Um, I'm not 100% sure if all of you got it. There's something going on, I think, with either, I don't know if it's Call of Duty or if it's gaming in general, but there's something going on with the YouTube algorithm that I think is kind of restricting gaming channels a little bit, because I look at the future of the channel video, and it gets like twice or almost 3 times as many views as any one of my last 3 videos. The only one that's actually done okay is the gaming disorder video, and I say okay comparatively because it's not okay with what I am used to on YouTube. It's not okay with what I've done in the past on YouTube. So it's one of those things where it's like I gotta kind of give and take with it. But I don't know. Is there something going on with I don't know if they're like messing hardcore with the system to make sure gaming videos aren't like promoted or something, but just like the past like few videos that I've made have not been going out. I don't think I've really gotten any sort of recommended views on there, and I don't know, it's kind of discouraging to see that. But I don't know, I'm going to do a few tests, and this video is going to be part of that, to see if it is that. Maybe it's one of those things where maybe it's maybe it's just Call of Duty, maybe it's all video games. We'll see. But at least for now, we're gonna go through some tests and try to figure that out for sure. But if you guys haven't seen those videos, just go to the channel. If you're not on restricted mode, you'll see them. If you are on restricted mode, go to your settings on YouTube and turn restricted mode off. That should show you everything I've ever uploaded. So yeah, I've been doing gaming videos, even though in the future video I said I was going to try to do more vlog style videos like this. One of the big reasons I've done that is because, like I said, I've been getting really bad about, being able to talk on like just go with the flow and come up with sentences and things on the fly. If you guys haven't noticed, the last 3 videos have been completely scripted, and the last video in particular about gaming disorder, it was okay, but I was not happy with it after uploading it. And I think the big reason why is because it seemed like I was just retelling the news, which I get some of those videos are going to be like that, especially if it's like, some like gaming disorder trying to go, okay, here's what it is, here's what it's not, and this is what people are saying about it. I get that's going to be the case sometimes, but it sounded really monotone, and it was like I was reading this, and this is kind of what my face looked like while I was reading the script. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's like, it didn't make for interesting audio, and I kind of get that, but it was something I wanted to talk about. It was somewhat of a trending topic at the time, even though really the video didn't get out until like the next day. So yeah, it's one of those things like, yeah, the scripted videos are a good idea, especially when I want to do like quick little like 3-minute burst videos, like I did with the I didn't mean to do this video, or the We Kill Cod video. If I'm trying to make a commentary where I'm trying to make a big point, then that's kind of the style I'm going with. But if it's something like this, or if it's something where I just kind of want to like mini rant slash debate on, then honestly, these types of videos right here will work. And speaking of vlogging type style videos, They're going to probably have a little bit more. I ordered and it actually got delivered today, but I didn't get it because they delivered it to the front office of this complex. But I have a boom arm waiting for me, so I don't have to rely on this son of a bitch on my desk to, have to hunch over and get real close to it, and so you guys hear my voice. Then I could just move the mic around, bring it closer to my face, or, I could stand up and not, have to deal with all the, the lost sound and everything. Like, if I were to stand up right now, based on the sound quality here now, I mean, honestly, this is shit. Let's be honest. I'm pretty sure this is going to be shit to actually look at and to listen to. So the boom arm, I can stand up, get myself on my feet, which I kind of need to if you couldn't tell. And I can move the mic around and, have it just, equal distance from my face and right up to my mouth. And, that's going to be good for me. It's going to be good for the audio quality. And I think it's going to be good overall because that gives me a little bit more room on my desk, which means I can move around the mouse and keyboard a little bit more to my liking whenever I'm streaming, playing games, doing live comms, whatever the case may be. So we got that coming, and now those vlog style videos, these vlog style videos are going to be becoming more frequent and becoming more of a thing on the channel. So be prepared for that. And lastly, this is kind of a thought I had while I was at work today, and there was the news that broke out about the SCOTUS, the Supreme Court of the United States, ruling for the Trump ban, to be a legit thing. And it kind of brought up the whole idea of wanting to talk about politics again and talk about certain difficult issues to talk about, things like, things like talking about fiscal policy, political news, just whatever sort of deep, somewhat dark topics, I guess you could say. The topics that are kind of taboo that always get brought up and that everyone always argues about. Those have been on my mind to bring back to the channel. And I've thought about it. I want to do it again. But there's just something whenever I saw on Twitter that the Trump travel ban was relieved, and it was, the Supreme Court said that it was perfectly legit. That, there was this sort of hooray if you were a Trump supporter and big old backlash if you weren't. And there was a tweet by Sean King, which I don't like Sean King. I'll be straight up honest with you right now. And to me, Sean King is one of those people that has a set agenda and will twist any story to fit that agenda. And this was no different. He tweeted out saying it was devastating news that the Supreme Court upheld the Trump Muslim ban. And I have to stop there because technically speaking, it was not a Muslim ban. And that's the thing about politics and law and all sorts of things like that, is that, okay, maybe it's something that's masqueraded as a Muslim ban. We've heard Trump say to ban all Muslims until the United States figure out what the hell is going on, etc. But technically speaking, this is about a ban of immigrants from a list of certain countries, and it wasn't a Muslim ban per se, because there's still plenty of other countries that have Muslim citizens in there. A lot of the countries that are Muslim majority were not listed on that ban. I mean, there's a lot of things we could get into, and we could, dive deep. But it's stuff like that that if I'm going to talk about news, that I'm going to have to consider. It's, the obviously extreme forms of the politics, both on the left and the right, that have to be considered. And, as someone who tries to stay in the middle, I'm a moderate that leans to the right. And I've always been pretty open about that. I'm a right-leaning moderate, but I'm a moderate nonetheless. And I don't know why I'm talking with my hands like that. But anyway, I'm a moderate. And, if I give a moderate opinion, or if I talk about something in a moderate manner, the left's going to eat me alive. The right's going to eat me alive. It's one of those things I hate dealing with and I hate talking about because of those extremes. But I feel like if I don't talk about them, I'm doing a disservice to people who might watch the videos, who might want to try to get an understanding of everyone else's opinion. Plus, maybe there's a perspective that I'm seeing that most people aren't, and I kind of want to get that out there. And that's why I started this YouTube channel to begin with, to put in my 2 cents, to put in my perspective, to give my opinion about things. And really, ever since 2014, since all the Gamergate stuff happened, whenever I used to be able to give my opinions about just about everything, and then whenever the Gamergate thing came in and just everyone became were on pins and needles, at least in the gaming space, that slowed me down a bit. And then everyone ever since then, it's like the political extremes have gotten worse and worse, and it's just you really feel like no matter what you do, you're going to get stabbed somewhere. If you move over to the left, you're going to get stabbed in the gut. If you move over to the right, you're going to get punched upside the head. It's I mean, honestly, it's one of those things where I want to talk about politics, but it's another thing where I'm kind of scared to talk about politics. And, it's just one of those things I got to come up with something to, bring in a fair, honest video while still getting my opinion in. And, maybe that sounds a bit Philip DeFranco-ish, but, that's kind of what I'm going for, is something like the Philip DeFranco show. And it's not going to be exactly like that. It's not going to be a news show per se. It's going to be a commentary style video over one topic. And that's going to be pretty much what it's going to be for that. The only other option that I've really been thinking of doing is starting up a whole new channel and doing a podcast on it. Just picking 4 topics and talking in a one-man podcast. And that's actually been something I've been thinking about doing anyway. So maybe that might happen. And maybe I'll upload, the full podcast on a separate channel and then give you guys the snippets, here. If I have an 8-minute or 12-minute conversation with myself, which sounds like I'm insane, but if I have an 8 to 12-minute conversation about the Supreme Court ruling or about, I don't know, whatever feminist topic or whatever political topic or whatever topic in the gaming world, and if I do it on that show, whatever it may be, that's kind of how I've been thinking about doing it. Not necessarily saying that's going to happen, but it's been on my mind, and I've even made graphics for the new channel. They're crappy graphics, but they're graphics nonetheless. So that's just kind of been the thought process for me lately, is just trying to figure out what I want to do, how I want to do it again. And it seems like it's a continuation of what's been going on for the past several months, but understand it's not that easy, especially in a topic and in the waters of political talk. It is not that easy to come up with something that is not going to get yelled out by the rest of the internet, and actually have some sort of constructive feedback and some constructive talks. So it is what it is. I have to figure it out. And hopefully you guys are going to be here with me whenever I do figure it out. But I think that's going to be enough rambling for me. I'm just going to go ahead and get to editing this video. And just overall, I'll say that if it does come down to a new channel, if it does come down to doing a podcast, I'll let you guys know. You'll obviously know, because probably the day I upload the podcast, I'll upload the snippet of the day to this channel. But as far as that goes, if I do talk about political issues on this channel and you guys don't like my opinion, that is perfectly fine. I just hope that you give me the opportunity to express my opinion and to go over why I believe in that opinion and why I believe in that certain issue or that certain way of thinking, just like I would try to give you the same privilege, let's say. I know, as being a straight white male, saying privilege like that is probably going to trigger some people, but I don't know. It's at this point, it's what doesn't trigger anybody today? I mean, honestly. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching and listening. My name's Lil Wooly. I'm out. Peace.